Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, April 11th, and here is a look at our futures. You can see here that we are continuing to push down. Tomorrow, we have CPI out, and that consumer price index number is expected to be very hot, meaning that we have a lot of inflation. I don't know why we need an index to tell us this. Okay, I'm joking because we do keep data points, but we all know this, right? We go to the grocery store or our home improvement store, maybe our big box store, whatever, right? We go in and it is, you have like 5 things in your car and you're spending $70, right? It's insane. So that number is expected to be hot. That is weighing on our market. Treasury yields rising, weighing on our market. Overall, in China, they're having these massive shutdowns and spread of COVID because their vaccines aren't nearly as effective. That's having an impact, right? Because we get a lot of goods from China. Think of your semiconductors, which is why we're pushing so hard. And there are companies like Intel trying to bring all of that back here to the stateside. So with all of that pressure on technology, we know the Fed, I'll tell you what, it is so hard, and I think that there are a lot of people, I wish there was more of a movement for it, but a lot of people wish that the Fed they come out for their meetings, and their minutes and stuff, that's fine. But the constant battle and chatter that is out most days from them is really hard, right? Because they have these competing opinions, and they should. That's fine. Keep it behind closed doors. Be a little bit more Supreme Court about it. Have your battles behind the doors, and then let us just see the end result. I think that would be a much better way, but we got caught a couple times last week in some Fed speak. Anyway, with all that, do I think that we still probably would have come back down here? Probably. I don't know. We have so many pressures, and once we lost that 200 and unable to get back up, we closed one day over, it came right back in, pushing us down. We know those rate increases are coming. That's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of speculation that the Fed is too slow to act, that they haven't, so by the time they do, are they going to end up having an inverse effect on the markets or adverse effect on the markets, which probably, right? And so are they going to knee jerk and be like, well, no, okay, we're not going to do as much as we should to curb inflation? It's a hot mess. That being said, I think the comparisons to this setup in the market versus maybe like the tech bubble, the housing bubble, things like that, not a fair comparison. And the number one reason why is we'll get the labor market, and we can see that we have a very robust labor market, and that is a big difference when we look at recessionary factors. So just keep all of that in mind. But again, here looking to be very protective of capital as we go through the week. Probably very few swing trades, maybe a few day trades, and keeping the overnight holds as to a minimum here. All right, so like I said, we're pushing down. We are at a pretty key level. You can see these tails right here on the ES, this whole area. So I'm going to flip this over to the SPY because this is the chart we typically watch during the day, right in here. Now, I did put this in here last week because we were making some higher lows, but we failed to make a higher high. So a bit of a wedge in here. The area I am concerned about is this 443.67 area, 443.65. That's not on the dot. It'll, somewhere in that area. Giving that up on the SPY is and not able to close over it. You can see here, look at this, 443.70, right? So we just drew in very close to that. That is a level of support that I will be looking at this morning and throughout the day. So what do I have on my watch list? Well, there are some nice long side plays. This happens to be one of them. I don't remember the last time I put T-Mobile on a watch list. I seriously don't. We had a bit of an maybe inverted head and shoulders here, and we broke to the upside. This nice bull flag setting up, double inside candle here on TMUS. I like the 520, 135 calls. Now they do have earnings coming up. You can just barely see that little blue bubble over here. I don't have those confirmed as to when they are, remember, check for earnings. We start earnings this week too. The banks start reporting at the end, at the middle and end of the week this week, and that will kick off our earnings season. And in 2 weeks, we have the big week where it seems like half of the S&P reports, all of those big tech companies report. You know, you'll see your Apples, your Googles, all of those, Amazon, all come out in a couple weeks. Big week. So leading up to that, we have a lot of earnings going into that. So check. Earningswhispers.com is a great website. If you can't find what you're looking for on there, and here, let me just pull that up. I know that many of you that have watched my watch list before are probably tired of hearing this. You'll hear it a lot during earnings season. Here you go, earningswhispers.com. Let's say you want to know when Apple is reporting. Go to the ticker box, punch it in. It'll show you here. If it has a negative sign like this, that means it is not yet confirmed when their earnings are. If it has a check mark, like JPM here, if it has a check mark, that means we know that this has been confirmed. If you get that negative sign and can't figure it out, go to the investor website of the company to look, or you know what, send them an email. I've done that before. I've even called companies, and they're usually very friendly and good to get back to you. Okay, anyway, T-Mobile, I like this look here. I like an entry around 133.40. Looking for a target up there of that 130.45, a pure breakout play on this bull flag setup. I'd stop around 132.35 on that one. All right, let's take a look at some downside plays. Yeah, I know most of you not used to seeing put plays on my charts, but here we go. PayPal. Wow, can't seem to get out of its own way. We have a squeeze of the moving averages, but can't seem to break up. We do have earnings coming up, but I see more downside pressure on this. And a loss of some volume as we down here. So I am looking for a put entry, a PayPal put, 110 put, 110.25 would be my entry. I'd stop around 111.25. Don't want to give it too much room. My target, these are pretty big targets, 106.75 and 101.89 on PayPal. Bitcoin breaking down too, so that's definitely not helping PayPal. All right. Peloton, apparently we all fell off our bikes. Look at this. We have our point of control here. Huge squeeze of moving averages. A lot of overhead room there. But look at the volume really dries up down here. So looking for a Peloton put, 22.50 put. That's May 20th as well. 22.85 would be my entry. I'd stop at 23.40. Looking for a 20.11 target there, and then just a break down play instead of a breakout. We're looking for a break down play. All right, for the long side, I still like Pfizer and J&J. These are both beautiful setups. Earnings again coming up on these, so remember, always go look at those. Gold and silver looking very good this morning. I like this GLD play. We talked about this last week, but all this noise, so it's pretty congested here. That's okay. I still like it up over this 182, maybe 182.10 area to get out of some of this congestion, and a lot of room to move to the upside with yields rising. Gold looks pretty good. You can take a look at silver. A little bit messier of a chart on this one, but I still like this up over the 20. And then some bearish side. Home Depot looks like it started to put a little bit of a fight up here, but again, that spending, I think, more downside in some of these retail names. Netflix, I don't know. Netflix coming into earnings, and I think we might continue this drop here. Can't make higher highs. We do have an inside candle on this, but it looks a downside pressure there on that inside candle, so take a look at that. Remember, just tech in general, Apple put an inside candle. Oh, no, actually, that's not an inside candle. I'm sorry. I didn't see that little tail there. Caught a little bit of support, but breaking down again this morning. Here's the thing, though. If we do start to reverse, be very cautious, because some of these tech names, they will reverse very, very quickly, and we've seen where they just kind of rip your face off, right? I shouldn't say that, but it's sort of a thing. Tesla, inside candle, looking for downside pressure there. That's one that we've been watching alongside Twitter. with the Elon Musk news. It looks like he's not going to take a seat on the board or be an active seat member, I guess. I don't know. It keeps going back and forth. Twitter did catch a little support here in pre-market at 42.47. That's a monthly pivot. But I'm looking for this to see. I think this might come back here and fill the gap. But we will be on watch for that. Okay, that is it for me here this morning. If you have any questions, Heather C. at GivingTreeTrading.com. Tomorrow morning, I will be here for the open, but then I will be out to, I have to go get a new military ID tomorrow. So I have no idea how long that's going to take, but I will be out probably around 10:30 I will leave. So, okay, if you have any questions, Heather C., Giving Tree Trading. Have a great day.